Hey guys, it's a beautiful day here in Concord, California, and I wanted to take you guys along with me on a food tour for my favorite food from Central America. And of course, that's the pupusa. So I wanted to hit a spot here in Concord, as well as in San Francisco, as well as in the East Bay. But my first stop is here in Concord, California, and it's right here in front of me. El Centro Americano. And this is a fairly new restaurant that serves not only food from El Salvador, but as well as the neighboring countries such as Nicaragua. So check out the food pictured here in front. So you can see all the different items they have. But come with me inside and let's check it out. Hello. How are you?
Good, how are you? Where do you want to go?
We're here.
Here, these are ready glasses. Now, what do you like?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, here's a close-up of the menu here at El Centro Americano, Salvadorian and Central American flavors. Here you can see all the photos of the food that they have. Here's a close-up of the menu. Of course, the main reason I came is for the pupusas, and that's right here on the first page. You can see the most popular, of course, is going to be the combination chicharron, fried pork, beans, and cheese. They have a bunch of other kinds like zucchini and cheese, jalapeno cheese, chicken cheese, shrimp cheese. They also have little variations like spinach and cheese, pepperoni and cheese. So little hybrid pupusas as well. They also have combinations that come with plantains or rice and eggs as well. They have sopas. They have as you see in these pictures here, soups, special plates like carne asada plates, as well as lengua, chili relleno, appetizers like pan con pollo, tamales, empanadas, huevos con chorizo. They have other items here like Nicaraguan dishes. For example, nacatamales, and other type vigaron, which is also a popular Nicaraguan item, and seafoods as well. So a lot to choose from here at Central Americano, and they have a kids menu as well. Here in the kitchen is where all the magic happens. You can see the pupusas that are being cooked on the griddle, and here she gets the masa, adds the cheese, the beans, followed by the meat, and she closes up the stuffed masa, forms it into like a round, flat pancake shape, and pats it down, and there is all the magic. The delicious, flavorful pupusa is made. So it's cooked on the grill till all the ingredients are meshed together so well. All right, guys, so here's a close-up of all the food that I got here at Central Americano. So here is a chicken tamale. This is the nacatamale, and you can see the size difference. Nacatamales are ginormous here. They also got the main reason I came, which is, of course, the pupusas. This is the curtido and the roja sauce that comes with the pupusa. And here's the flautas right here. And I also got the couple of the drinks, the cacao as well as the passion fruit. So I can't wait to try all the delicious food here at Central Americano. All right, guys, so I'm really excited to try the food here at Central Americano. This restaurant opened about 3 months ago, and of course they serve El Salvadorian food as well as many other Central American dishes. And that's because the husband and wife are both El Salvadorian as well as Nicaraguan. So you're gonna get authentic El Salvadorian as well as Nicaraguan dishes here at Central Americano. So as I showed you guys in the close-up, I got many different food items here, which includes the chicken tamale here. Also a dish that's very popular in Nicaragua, which is the nacatamale, and also the pupusa, which is the main reason I came. And of course, I'm gonna have the pupusas here, but take you guys along with me to a couple other pupusa spots in the Bay Area in both the West Bay and also the East Bay. And I also got curtido, as well as the sauce that goes along with the pupusas. And I also got flautas here. And 2 drinks, the cacao, which is of course cacao beans along with rice, sugar, cinnamon, as well as a bunch of other delicious ingredients. And I also got a passion fruit drink, which looks absolutely refreshing. So I can't wait to try all the different food here. And okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so I guess to start, I'll start with both a Nicaraguan dish as well as a Salvadorian dish. Of course, the national dish of El Salvador, which is the pupusa and the nakatamale. And both these names, nakatamale as well as pupusa, come from the Aztec language, Nahuatl. And the name nakatamale means meat tamale or wrapped meat. And of course, that was a way that in ancient times they preserved meat. And in fact, archaeologists found pictorial depictions or references of tamales that date back all the way to 100 BC. So this is an ancient dish that has stood the test of time, and of course has evolved through the years after colonialism of Spain. But still to this day is a popular dish there in Nicaragua. And of course, the pupusa is world famous and one of my favorite dishes of all time. So to start, let me go ahead and start with the nakatamale here. So here you can see it's all wrapped up, and it's a stuffed. Let me use a knife. A stuffed tamale with meat as well as a bunch of delicious other items inside. So I'm gonna break it up and show you guys what it looks like inside. So here you can see there's a huge piece of pork, the masa. It looks like tomato. And let me take the first bite of it. Delicious. So the masa they use is extremely soft and pillowy. And they put a couple different types of meat in. It looks like they put both chicken as well as pork inside. So I'm trying to break up some of this chicken inside. And this is a very savory, delicious item. And you know, not all nakatamales are created equal. Some could be a little plain, but the nakatamale here at Central Americano is absolutely delicious. A lot of times I was telling my coworker that I had to add hot sauce to my nakatamale at other restaurants, but here you don't even need to add hot sauce, even though they have a ton of hot sauce on the table. Very delicious and savory and meaty. A delicious tamale, or nakatamale here. But as I mentioned, let me show you guys the different hot sauces they have here at Central Americano. So, if you guys need hot sauce, there's no shortage. But as I mentioned, the nakatamale here is extremely flavorful, and it actually doesn't need the hot sauce unless you want that heat factor. Then, of course, then add the hot sauce. But just as far as like flavor-wise, this is bursting with flavor. It's delicious. But without further ado, let me go ahead and move to the main event. And the reason I'm making this video, which is to try the pupusas here in the Bay Area. So I'm gonna go ahead, let me grab my fork. And I heard the proper way to eat it is actually with your hands. But so what makes a good pupusa? Well, of course, it starts with the masa and also the ingredients inside, which is the cheese, the meat, as well as the beans inside. Maybe I could rip one in half or cut one in half so you guys could see the interior or the cross section of what a pupusa looks like. And of course, it's like a flat cake that's just filled with meat, cheese, and beans, as you see here. And this is a very delicious dish, but two things that to me are absolutely necessary when eating a pupusa is to add the roja salsa as well as the curtido, which is right here, which is like a cabbage slaw, which adds like a textural change. So this is a savory item that's meaty and cheesy, but the cabbage adds that crunch, and the sauce, of course, adds that little extra oomph to it. So let me go ahead and put some of this cabbage on, or curtido, as it were, to it. And you know, there's a proper way to eat it. I saw it on YouTube on how they say you're supposed to break it apart, but rules are meant to be broken. I'm gonna eat it kind of like a taco. And so as you saw, I added the rojas and the curtido. So first bite of the pupusas here at Central Americano. Look at all the cheesy deliciousness inside. And as I showed you earlier, watching her make it, she puts a ton of cheese in, a bunch of beans and meat, and you can see all the melted cheese that got onto the griddle here. So all the flavors really stand out. I could taste the beans, the cheese, the meat, and of course the curtido adds that nice little crunch to that bite. But let me go ahead and take another bite. Ooh, dropping everything. Excellent. So I absolutely love the pupusas here. If I was to rate these pupusas, I would give it a 9.3. Excellent pupusas, some of the best I've had in the Bay. And I'm not kidding. These were excellent pupusas with a delicious flavor, along with the curtido is like just heaven. Heaven on the griddle. It's so delicious. And of course, in the nakatamale, I'll give it a 8.6. Very delicious nakatamale here. But these pupusas are mind-blowing. Let me go ahead and move on to the next dish, which is the chicken tamale here. And you know, I only intended to come here for the pupusas, but you know what? I looked at that menu and I just saw so many different items that I wanted to try, which includes these drinks. So let me take a real quick sip of these drinks that I got, which is the passion fruit. Delicious. And let me try the cacao, which is a favorite Central American drink of mine. Yeah, these drinks are just so refreshing. They put all the ice in it, and it's just goes so well with your meal and with pupusas. Delicious. But as I said, let me go ahead and crack this chicken tamale open. And of course, you know, tamales are much smaller than nakatamales. Nakatamale is like a giant tamale. It's probably 4 times the size of this tamale here. But here you can see the chicken tamale here. So let me go ahead and rip right into it. I'm gonna go straight for the center, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. You can see the pollo, or the chicken, right away, and you can see the steam just coming off of it as we speak. And of course, this is another wrapped item. So it's also like wrapped meat. So first bite of the chicken tamale here at Central Americano. Right away, I could taste the very flavorful, savory chicken inside. The masa is nice and soft and silky, smooth, very delicious. And look how much meat that is. It's like almost all chicken inside this tamale. So you know how sometimes there could be too much masa, especially when it comes to the nakatamale. Sometimes I feel like they go really heavy on the masa. Here, they're very well balanced. And of course, you know, they lean on meat. So that's what I want to taste when I bite into a tamale or a nakatamale, is of course I want the meat to be the prominent flavor or thing that I taste when I bite into it. So they do a great job here. Let me take another bite. This is right on par with the nakatamale. I would give this a 8 point, actually I'm gonna go a little higher, 8.8. The chicken tamale is absolutely fabulous here. Delicious. So the last thing I want to try before leaving here at Central Americano is the flautas. So how do you eat a flauta? I'm just going to pick it up like a taco. So here you can see up close, it's just like a rolled up taco. They got meat inside and it's fried. So let me take the first bite of the flauta here at Central Americano. That has an amazing textures as well as flavors with that bite. It tastes like they put a couple different sauces on. The crunch from the taco. Here you can see the chicken inside as well as the lettuce and the cheese that they put on top. So if you like hard shell tacos, this reminds me of a hard shell taco. It's very good. This thing's delicious. It has like a little hint of a sweet flavor to it. I'll rate this a 8.7. Very good flautas here at Central Americano. But you know the star of the show is the pupusas. So you know what? I'm gonna continue to work on the pupusas here at Central Americano. And I promise for the next couple stops here on this pupusa tour, I'm gonna stick with the pupusas. But if you get the opportunity, if you're in Concord, definitely come check out this delicious Central American restaurant that serves up some very good, delicious El Salvadorian food as well as Nicaraguan food. I just arrived to my next pupusa location, which is here in San Francisco on Mission and 24th Streets, and it's called the Santaneca de la Mission. So the name Santaneca means a woman from Santa Ana, El Salvador. So let's see what the woman from Santa Ana is cooking here at Santaneca. Upon walking into La Santaneca, you can see all the beautiful art from one Salvadorian artist that they have upon the walls and how nice the ambiance is here. They also have beautiful photos of El Salvador, and the whole vibe makes you feel like you're not even on Mission Street. Here's a close-up of the menu here at La Santaneca. So as you can see, it says comida salvadorina as well as Mexican food. So both Salvadorian as well as Mexican food. Cash only here. Closed on Wednesdays, open 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. on all the other days. So here you can see they serve breakfast. They open at 8:30 in the morning. So all the different breakfast items they have, which include omelets as well as other items. They also have Salvadorian dishes, as you see here. Steak, lengua, carne, pescado frito, pollo frito, and other Salvadorian items. Here you can see the Mexican dishes that they have available, which includes burritos, huevos rancheros, tostadas, enchiladas. They have mariscos or seafood available as well, sopas, and of course the main reason I'm here, the pupusas. So you can see the variety of pupusas they have available, which are a very reasonable price at $3.50 per pupusa, and other Salvadorian appetizers are available. So nice menu, a lot of options to choose from, which include drinks. And I just received my horchata and am about to order my food. All right, guys, so here's a close-up of the food I got here at La Santaneca. So here you can see I actually didn't stick with just ordering pupusas, but I ordered plantains that come with beans and crema, or sour cream. And I, of course, ordered the main reason I came, which is the pupusas here at Santaneca. And they look absolutely amazing. Can't wait to try the 2 dishes that I ordered here. All right, guys, so I'm excited to be here in a Pupusa location here in San Francisco at La Santaneca. And this is a very popular spot that's been open for over 40 years. So, of course, it's a very delicious pupusa spot that's very popular right here in the Mission District in San Francisco. And once again, I couldn't just stick with pupusas, even though this is the main reason I came, which is my favorite dish from Central America. But I also ordered plantains, along with crema and beans. And you know, plantains is a dish that's in many different Latin countries, whether we're talking about Nicaragua or El Salvador, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean. Many places serve it, and of course it's similar to bananas, but they're usually more starchy and less sweet. So most of the time it's not eaten raw, but it's cooked, it's either fried, or it's boiled, and sometimes sugar's added, so you could have it in a sweet form or in a savory form like I am today. So I just wanted to show you guys or highlight or feature plantains, which is another delicious dish and something that vegetarians could eat. And if you come to La Santaneca, they have a few dishes that are available for vegetarians. In fact, these beans are not cooked with lard, so it's something that if you can't eat lard, it's a dish. These beans are available to vegetarians and vegans as well. But let me go ahead and start with the plantains because I'm excited to have this. And you know what? This is actually the first time I've had it with beans and crema. So I was told that I'm supposed to eat it with a fork. So I'm mixing all the 3 flavors together. And first bite of the platanos here at La Santaneca. Nice and savory dish. Of course, the sour cream adds that little tang to it, along with the beans. The refried beans are absolutely delicious here. I would probably even ask them to melt some cheese on top next time to add a little cheesy flavor to the beans. But very good, interesting combo of flavors that actually complements each other very well. A very good platanos here. Delicious. You know, I'm really enjoying the platanos here. It has like this hint of sweet, so it's not sweet like a banana, but it still has a hint of sweet, so you're getting like a little sweet and savory all at the same time, kind of like chicken and waffles, but the Latin American version of it. So I enjoy this dish very much, and look, this dish doesn't even have meat, but it's still a wonderful dish to order. So I would highly recommend trying the platanos here at La Santaneca. But delicious. But without further ado, let me go on to the main event, the pupusas here at La Santaneca. And you can see the pupusa right here is a decent size. Let me cut the pupusa in half to show you guys what the interior or the cross section looks like here. So you can see the cheesy filling, the meat inside has a little grease on it, so you can see that it was sitting on the griddle. But let me go ahead and take the first bite. I'm gonna add the curtido right here to the top. And once again, I'm gonna eat it like a taco because I just think that's the best way in order to get the combination of all the flavors of the pupusa, the curtido, and the roja. So first bite of the pupusa here at La Santaneca. So the first flavor I taste right away in here is the cheesiness, the beans, and a little bit of meat inside. A very flavorful bite. The curtido is very good. It adds that nice textural crunch The Roja adds that oomph factor, the little extra bite to it that tastes so good. Just a absolutely wonderful combination of flavors and textures. You know, while I was sitting here eating my pupusas and the platanos, I was thinking, you know, with the beautiful decor in this restaurant and how, you know, the casual feel, this is like the perfect first date spot if you're going on your first date. And not only that, but the food prices, of course, are affordable as well. And you're gonna get delicious food, a very nice ambiance of a casual feel. And honestly, if your date doesn't like pupusas, there's just no hope for a future for you guys. So definitely, if it's your first date, take them here to Santaneca and have some pupusas, because this is an item that it would be a requirement. It would be a red flag if they didn't like pupusas here at La Santaneca. So these are very delicious. If I were to rate this, I will give it an 8.9. Very delicious version of pupusas here in San Francisco. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the pupusas here at La Santaneca and head off to the next location. Of course, you know, I know that this is an extensive best pupusas video of the Bay Area because there's just so many wonderful pupusa spots to go to. If you want a late night pupusa, down the street on 16th, they have Panchitas, which is where I got my I Love Pupusas shirt at, so shout out to Panchitas. There's also Balompi, which is on the Upper Mission, so there's no shortage of wonderful pupusa spots in San Francisco to choose, but I highly recommend La Santaneca. So after I finish this, join me and let's go to the next spot for pupusas in Hayward. All right, so now I'm in Hayward, California at my last stop on this Best Pupusas tour in the Bay Area, and I'm here in front of the last pupusa spot, which is called Pupuseria Las Cabanas. And as you can see right in front, they have a bunch of different El Salvadorian items, jerseys, other types of things you can buy. They have pictures of the different types of food items that you can have here at Las Cabanas. So let's go inside to Las Cabanas and check out what they have at this pupuseria. Hello. How are you guys? Good, good. How are you? Good. All right, guys, so I just sat down and received the menu here at Pupuseria Las Cabanas in Hayward. So here you can see the menu, the address is right here, the phone number. They are on DoorDash. You can see they have an Instagram as well as a Facebook page. So they're a very popular spot. You can see all the different items they have. They have appetizers, super nachos. So they do have both Mexican as well as El Salvadorian food. So you see they have Mexican favorites like burritos, quesadillas, Salvadorian breakfasts, also sopas, pupusas that are very popular here. I've seen them all over TikTok and Instagram. Other Salvadorian dishes, kids menu, desserts, other seafood, drinks, and cocktails, which is something that not every pupuseria will have, but they have all different types of cocktails as well as flights to choose from. So a nice little menu here, great place to go with a group. So I'm excited, so let me order the food. Thank you.
And the Birria Bombs.
All right, thank you.
Everything okay?
Everything's great, thank you.
You're welcome, excuse me.
Appreciate it. All right, guys, so here you can see what I ordered here at Pupuseria Las Cabanas. So these are called Birria Bombs. And right here is the pizza pupusa that they serve here. And if you notice, in this restaurant, large families come here to eat. So, of course, they cater to large groups, and what would be better than a giant pupusa or a pupusa pizza, as we see here. That's covered in al pastor as well as birria. So I can't wait to try the food here at Las Cabanas. All right, guys, so I'm excited to be at my last stop here on my pupusa tour throughout the Bay Area, and I'm here at Las Cabanas. And as you can see, this place is over the top. It's a place that's designed for large groups and families. In fact, you see these child seats behind me? These are used regularly because there's so many families that come here with their children. They have a large child's menu. And as you can see here, they got a giant birria pizza to be shared with a group. And what's better to share than a giant pupusa, right? So here they make the pupusa the same way they do at every other pupusaria, but the difference is they make it in giant form, which is big enough for at least 4 or 5 people. So it's a huge item. They also have this item right here that's called a birria bomb. They also have one called a pupusa bomb. So what they are is they're filled with cheese and birria. I believe this one is the pupusa bomb, and when you open it up, it's just going to be full of cheese. In fact, to get started, I wanted to open one of these birria bombs and the pupusa bombs for you to see. But I also wanted to show you the size of the curtido and the roja that they give. They give me a full vat of roja to put on this giant birria pupusa. And look at the amount of curtido they give. So you're not going to run out of curtido or roja to put on the pupusa. And they also give consomme for the birria, of course. So no shortage of sauces and flavors to put on. In fact, they also have this chili habanero. And as you can see right here, it looks alarmingly green. And you know, my soundness of mind tells me I probably will not be trying this just because I want to enjoy the rest of my day after this. And, you know, when you get to my age, you realize the consequences of your actions. And when you eat something as hot as chili habanero, I might not have a good evening tonight. So I'm going to hold off on the chili habanero. But without further ado, let's rip open one of these birria bombs and see what they look like inside. Here you can see all the melted cheese and the birria and the steam rolling off of it. It's just it really is a applicable name for the birria bomb because it's a bomb of flavors inside this fried pupusa style dish. So let me go ahead and add some of the consomme on top. And you know what? Why not add some of the curtido? Ooh, it's hot. And the roja. So this is extremely hot. It's in fact, it's burning my fingers. So if you come here and you get a birria bomb, be very careful because this molten lava birria is getting onto my fingers and it's just burning them. But first bite of the birria bomb. These birria bombs are a taste of heaven. They're so delicious, juicy with the consomme. All the cheese that's put on makes for a cheesy, delicious bite. Amazing. You know, I would give this 9.5. That's how delicious these birria bombs are. I have been here before, and I'll tell you, this is just a favorite item of mine, especially here at Las Cabanas. It's delicious. Guys, I'm gonna continue to eat the birria bombs and the pupusa bomb later, but I wanted to show you guys the cheese pull on the pizza as well, because every item here has a little cheese pull because they just put so much cheese. So let me grab one of these pieces, and before it gets cold, and it is hot, by the way, and you can see the cheese that comes out of these pieces here. It's very cheesy, and you know, it really looks like a pizza here. Let me grab another piece so you guys can see it. Ooh, hot. But it's full of cheese, meat, beans, and all the delicious flavors of a regular pupusa, but in giant form. And as you can see, you're not gonna look cute eating it. You're gonna get your hands dirty, but You know, sometimes you got to get dirty to eat something good, right? So let me go ahead and take a first bite of the Pupusa pizza here. And this one has al pastor on top. So first bite at Las Cabanas. Delicious. But right away when I took that first bite, the first thing I noticed is, you know what? I forgot to add the curtido on, because that curtido and the textural change in the pupusa really makes a world of difference. And right away, it is tasty, but it tastes so much better with the curtido. So let me try that again and do it right. This time with the curtido and the roja on top of the pizza. So much better. So even though this is looks like a pizza, it's not. This is a pupusa. So make sure when you eat it, you add the curtido, the roja, add the consomme if you want to add that flavor along with the birria. Very flavorful. I would give this a 8.9 as well. A very good pupusa, and something that could be shared among others, but very good. Guys, so let me go ahead and move to the other side of the pizza, which I did half al pastor, and now let's move on to the birria side. And how authentic is this? I don't know. It's a mashup of Mexican and, of course, Salvadorian. But you know, one thing that is very pronounced when I took a bite of the other side of the pupusa is it has a lot of beans. So you're going to taste a very beany flavor when you bite into the pupusa pizza, which has a nice flavor. But really, you really have to add all the combination of flavors to get this thing to be top notch, to get it to a 8.9, because it tastes so much better with just all the mashup of flavors. So here you can see I piled it on the curtido, the birria. As you see, it has cheese, beans, cabbage, roja, consomme. First bite. So you just have so much meat flavor with all the toppings of meat. So right away, that's the first thing I tasted is the birria. But you know, the curtido adds that nice crunch that I just really love, and pupusa would not be the same without it. It's very tasty. All right, guys, so that's a little short tour of the best pupusas here in the Bay Area, but there's just so many wonderful pupusa places. In fact, just here in Hayward alone, I could probably name 2 or 3 more spots that make delicious pupusas. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm going to continue to work on this birria bomb as well as this pupusa pizza. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.